But wholeness, everybody. Hi. Today is like Thanksgiving, and I had told Veronica, and she's been awesome all day. So I told Veronica today's gonna be like a hard day for me. I lost my lost. I shouldn't even say that word. My dad transitioned this year, and this is like really the first Thanksgiving without him. So and I felt sad all week, and I was like allowing myself to feel the sadness. However, I was like, well, I was definitely grateful for his presence and his presence. And so I wanted to, specifically like, give thanks, like not just to him, but just in general. This is a special day. I love Thanksgiving. So I'm not one of those who don't celebrate the holidays. I love the holidays. So um, yeah, so I'm pretty excited just to just, give thanks. And I was like, I invited a couple of people so to be on the Facebook Live. So if you see me on looking this way, it's because I'm looking at the camera that has all the Zoom people. So we are live on Abundance Portals on Facebook. And then so with that, and then so I just opened my IG. So tonight's title is Give Thanks. And Veronica, let's introduce everyone who's on the panel today. So let's start with Veronica. Wholeness, everybody.
Wholeness, everybody, and
Wholeness.
wholeness. So give thanks for everybody sharing in the space together. This is a special panel tonight. We're so happy to have the rest of our brothers and sisters join us. I'm one of the co-founders with the sisters here of Abundance Portals, and we're here, we're live every week. We're very consistent with that, and just bringing you, the experience of our journey, and some wisdom wiggles through in there. So give thanks. Wholeness. Curtis, you want to go ahead and...
Go ahead, Curtis.
Wholeness family. I'm Curtis Haru, boy, the reflection of you, part of the Secret Energy team. You can find us at onetribe.io. I call myself music enthusiast, ethnomusicological trained, but just coming to share good vibes with family. Give thanks is something that we all can share because we all, are no stranger to giving gratitude. So I'm just here in this space to share what's in resonance.
Awesome. Hi, Nick.
Wholeness family. I appreciate the invite too, everybody.
No,
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Nick. You can go next.
Tim, you want to go ahead?
Wholeness, and balanced vibrations. I'm Tim Lee, number 3. I'm super excited about being here on this day. I just left my family, and now I'm on this call with this family, with this tribe. So I am thankful to have been invited. I'm thankful to be a part of this tribe, to know Abundance Portals and the mission that they have and the work that they do. I call myself a soul worker, a soul coach. Personally, I'm putting together a online community where people can put their soul work together, because that's how we're going to get to this next level. It's not going to be about talking about it all the time or just teaching about it and even learning and reading about it. It's going to be doing something. And that's the soul work that I like to talk about. I have a website that I'm putting together. It's going to be soulstuffhub.com. And I'm very excited about that. Okay, that's enough for me. I'll mute myself and let someone else talk. Wholeness.
Wholeness. Thanks, brother. Tiara, you want to go ahead and, if you can, yeah.
I can. Wholeness, everyone. I'm Tiara, and I'm just happy to be in the space tonight. Of course, we try to do this weekly. I want to give thanks to everyone on the line tonight. I appreciate all of you. Just an attitude of gratitude today, especially today. Do we have anyone else on here? Are we going right into it, or is there anyone else?
We got the sister that wants to chime in.
Oh, okay. Well, let me not go off the deep end already.
No worries.
Yes, Wholeness, just happy to be here. I'll let her go ahead.
Wholeness.
Wholeness. I'm just here holding space. So much love and appreciation for my tribe and everything that everyone does individually and just coming together in this collective space. And I'm just honored to just be here. Anybody who knows me know I'm always honoring every being that I'm around. And I'm always in so much gratitude for the individuality that we bring as a collective and just enjoying relearning each other and having compassion on that route. So I'm just here, wholeness, answering the call.
Wholeness. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, sis. What'd you be?
Yeah, so Wholeness, everybody. So I'm trying to do double duty of talking on IG at the same time, which is like really weird. But I'm going to also send the link, you know, as well. So because we're giving thanks, so any tribe member can join us. So I'm gonna put the link if I can. If whoops, I'm gonna put the link on. Whoops, wait, share. Post, okay. Yeah, so this is our Zoom link. So if your tribe member want to join us and pop up and say like what you're giving thanks for. So again, to tonight's topic is just like give thanks, and then what is it that we give thanks for? And I say good things because you know, like in the tribe, that's what we say give thanks. You know, it just became like a tradition of just like always saying give thanks, and that's amazing. That's actually great. You know, because you say thank you, but when you say thank you, it's like you're saying thank you to somebody else. But you know, in the tribe, we recognize that we are each other's reflections, and so when we give thanks, we're not only giving thanks to the person, we're also giving thanks to ourselves. So it's like all around recognizing that we are each other's, you know, we are each other. So the thanks is a universal thanks to just everything about us and everything about nature. So yeah, so I mean, with Thanksgiving, definitely there's so much gratitude, not, you know, for the tribe. I can tell you that, you know, for me, as I'm going through the awakening journey, it has not been easy. I'm not able to connect with many people, you know, because one of the things that, you know, you just speak a different language. Your understanding is different. So when you start talking to certain people, they just look at you like you're crazy. So to have found a tribe that was like, oh, you know, these people understood what I was talking about, and they took it as like, you know, as themselves, and we can have great conversation and relate. And so I was elated to basically find my soul family, I call. And so I'm very grateful and thankful for that, especially as we, you know, again, to the journey itself can be lonely, and to find people that you can, you know, talk to people that you have things in common with is like amazing. So much gratitude for that. And to me, that's what the give thanks is. So whenever someone comes up with an amazing idea or with an amazing thing, I'm just, you know, I give thanks for them. I give thanks for life. So yeah, that's what I think of when I think of give thanks.
That's it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Anybody can jump in. Anybody can jump in. Yeah.
Give thanks is definitely a wave that I get just stepping into even more. And sometimes I even I give thanks if I definitely want to, you know, amplify my personal experience within the thanks. So, you know, I want to tell you, like, I give thanks for you interchangeably. Like, have y'all seen the like just the reverberate to say this gratitude? Has it begun to shift in the family? Because I've experienced like this, like for example, this year, being that, you know, health is such a big thing, and we lost a transition, a lot of family members this year, and they did something special this year where they honored everyone that had transitioned, which had never happened before. It might be like one or two, but this year it was like about 11, you know, who transitioned in the space this year. Close, and yeah, so they held space, lit a candle, which is something that didn't really happen at this household. I was like, okay, give thanks. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I don't have to initiate it. It's like you know, when people are kind of pushing back or not hugging, and now people are like, oh no, we give thanks for everybody in their experience in life. But have y'all experienced a shift like that within the family dynamic, getting
That's
closer in the space?
That's so beautiful, brother. Thank you for asking. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, I cannot say that that has been my experience. Not in my family here, in my direct family. And that's why when you said, you know, have you felt a shift with the family? And I'm thinking, are you talking about tribe family, or are you talking about you know, our direct blood lineage families? And you know, and I just give thanks anyway, because I always feel like I'm also not one to, well, I'm personally not one to really celebrate. Like, I actually forgot that today was Thanksgiving. I kept forgetting that that was the case. And then I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, today's this day, this is happening. You know, there's plans going on, there's family in the house, there's going to be cooking, I'm going to be on the phone with the sister. And so I'm thinking all about this, and but I'm not connected in the sense that I'm connected to this holiday. I'm connected to the essence of gratitude, and to be there and share in the space with the family. And you know, to be honest with you, it was this is kind of what it looked like for me. It was like my family saying a prayer, giving thanks, me saying goodbye, trying to get my kids out the door to go have Thanksgiving with their dad, and me going, wait for me, I'm not at the table yet, you know. And I felt a part of me feeling like, can y'all wait for me to just sit down before we just, you know what I mean? Like, can you just, and then I thought, oh, that's the ancestor right there. Like, you know what I mean? And I immediately just came through and going, oh, okay, and give thanks. Because it's always bring me back to that center where it's just saying, Veronica, like, can you not see that these are the tests? Child, we are testing you, you know, we are testing you in this moment, you know, give thanks. You need to be able, because to me, it's the spectrum of giving thanks for all things, giving thanks for life. And so knowing that you are the essence of gratitude. And when we are sitting in that essence of gratitude, like, everything shifts around you. Everything is shifting around us constantly when we can be that gratitude. A sister in the tribe today had put, the sister Sequenda, wholeness Sequenda, love you so much, sis, did put this beautiful message about gratitude and giving thanks to the tribe. And then at the end she put, now on to yoga. And I responded to her, yoga as the highest form of gratitude, because yoga meaning union, you know what I mean? Like, the highest form of union is just being in that give thanks essence for everything. You know what I mean? When you cannot see yourself any longer as separate from anything that is happening to you, because you realize it's not happening to you, it's all for you, it's all you. Whatever it is you're experiencing in this space, this is me, this is you, this is the essence of gratitude. And so, you know, I can't say that I had that experience, but I can say that I was wholeheartedly present in the experience that I was sharing with my family, whatever that looked like. And I was just smiling and just, you know what I mean, just present. So wholeness, you know, wholeness, you know.
Wholeness. I'm much like you, Veronica. I didn't feel the shift with my immediate family, but I was very grateful for the simplicity of today. Like, I was able to slow down and not have to worry or rush through the day. Like, I just was able to take it easy, and just me and my 3-year-old all day. And, you know, we were able to do our own thing. And it wasn't until I was like running crazy and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I rushing? What am I rushing to? You know, what? And I was able to slow down and just take in the simplicity of the day. And I was very grateful. And I just think gratitude is like a mindset, you know, when you know, change your thoughts, change your life. And with me, because of all the turmoil and everything going on around me, just like the whirlwind of things, it's easy to complain and to get distracted and get thrown off course. But what I found and how I've made it these last few weeks is, you know, for every complaint, I give something I'm grateful for. And I intentionally do that to just shift my mindset. And I've also started to get back to my gratitude journal. I have like a specific gratitude journal. It's just a small little journal, but it has a lot of gratitude quotes in it. And then you list some things that you're grateful for the day. And I like to start and end my day with that. so that I can stay in the mindset of gratitude. But, you know, I give thanks. I find myself giving thanks and just praying all throughout the day, you know, just for simple things. And I found it shifted me. It shifted my complete mindset. So I give thanks for all of it, even the hard times, because I'm thankful for the lessons. And so I've made it.
Yeah, I want to chime in to echo something that Tiara just said. You know, she talked about a gratitude journal. And the first time I heard this concept, believe it or not, was on Oprah. And a few years ago, I started to watch Oprah's 20th year reunion, you know, before she went off the air, her box set. And in that, she mentioned that. And so I decided at that time, several years ago, to keep one. And that was the first time I saw the principle that she spoke of, where, you know, what you are thankful for is when you express thanks and give thanks, it's like a magnet that is going to give you more of what you're thankful for. And the adverse is also true. So if you're constantly complaining, then you're going to constantly magnetize or attract those kinds of things into your life or experience so that you can have something to complain about. So
right, abundance.
And shifting of that is real. And just a small personal story. People who know my story know I went on a quantum leap year last year. I quit my job after 5 some odd years, and drove all across the country and you know, found myself. And I started to walk every day, even in winter. And I would always say, man, I'm just so thankful to be outside. I'm thankful for, you know, the trees. I'm thankful for nature. I'm thankful for life that is here. And so then I went back home to North Carolina, where I'm from. And there's this big park where my parents live, near where my parents live. And I would always go there and I would just be thankful for the park. I'd be thankful for the park. And then I moved again. And now I have the opportunity to walk in a bigger park with more trees. You see what I'm saying? And so I've seen the principle of really manifesting what it is in your life through the method of giving things. And so even though, and I hope I'm not talking too long, but even though there is, you know, controversy at least around this holiday, you know, and I was with my nieces today, I was like, oh, you know, we normally get together and go live and, you know, do some little skits. I was like, let's do a skit. You know, I'm gonna be a pilgrim and you're gonna be an Indian and I'm gonna kill y'all, and you see what I'm saying? And then we're gonna whatever. So, you know, you have that controversy around, you know, our history.
Right.
So some people say I'm not celebrating, but there is amid all that, I'm saying in conclusion, thank you for your patience. Thank you. No, my point is, amid all of that, we still have reason to give thanks. And we still, and if this is an excuse to give thanks for something else, even though it's shrouded in the controversy and in that which is ugly, just like what the lotus flower comes, somebody help me, we can still have something beautiful. Okay, back to me. Thank you, wholeness.
Wholeness. Beautiful. Thank you. Wholeness.
Yeah, you said something like the controversy, and y'all please jump in anytime. The controversy, and that was kind of like, somehow we got into a space in society where we needed a reason to give thanks, you know, because we've been, you know, within the colonialist, you know, process of, okay, you should take off on this day, you take a break on the weekend, you do this on the weekend. So once you kind of unravel, you know, those programs, they come back to your senses, you kind of just, okay, oh, this is the time, everybody we give thanks every day, you know,
exactly.
But we'll take the excuse to give thanks publicly even more, and be, you know, increase that magnetism, as bro said.
Absolutely. I love that, brother. That's exactly it. That is the practice. When you're with tribe and you're with yourself, because being with tribe is being with yourself, you realize that the practice is giving thanks to yourself and living that all the time. Wholeness, sister, wholeness, Aklinda. So happy to see you on here. And you're so accurate about how basically, the societal norm has become one where we are programmed to compartmentalize these things, which takes us away from the presence, the essence of being and embodying that in every moment.
Mhm.
You know, and birthing that into every moment. So that it's something to, and this is why I say it's like, I'm not here to celebrate the holiday. I'm here to be in the essence of gratitude. I'm here to be the portal of gratitude in
Mhm.
abundance
Mhm.
and
That's
balanced
it.
vibrations.
Exactly.
Wholeness sister, thank you for coming in and tuning in and sharing space with us.
Mhm.
Wholeness family.
Oh,
Yeah, I jumped in the chat, and can you hear me? Because I'm on a different headset
Yes.
today, and I
Clear.
don't know. Okay, great.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, I jumped in the chat. I actually had planned on, I spent the day with family, and, you know, I figured, I saw in the chat that you guys were having a Zoom. I said, oh, I got to touch base with my rest of my family.
Right.
So I didn't know what y'all had jumping off in here tonight, but I actually had sat down to read my book tonight. That's why I have my reading glasses on. I'm kind of in the bed, but I saw that you guys were linking up, so I just wanted to tap into space and give thanks.
Give
Thanks
thanks.
for all of you all, and just to be in your presence and this healing journey. You know, that I think we're all experiencing right now. I know I'm very much experiencing many transformations, and just like even right before I got on the call, I had been doing a little bit of crying, and you know, been with my family today, and just some things, dynamics with my mother, you know, and kind of got a little bit of that out. And I thought, I don't want to, you know, get on camera. My eyes are kind of all puffy too, but you know, we're better to be, but with family and tribe, and so that's why I tapped in, just kind of
Mhm.
to share in the healing, the whole process. You know,
Right.
I feel like I'm on a journey with especially the sisters Dez, Veronica, and Nikwa, and we're doing the cleanse right now, and then the bigger tribe deal where we're doing the dream journey, and so just linking everything together.
Mhm.
Like I said, I just felt like I wanted to tap in with you all and just be in the space of your love and your energy. So thank you.
Like wholeness,
Give
just
thanks.
thank you so much. You know, come as you are always, you know, just come as you are. So thank you so much for just being. Did you want to say something, Nikwa? Did you? I thought you were unmuting to speak. Sorry, sis.
Nika. You
That
know,
feels-
when it's like we got an option to like go in. No, we got a family that we chose, birth family to come through. We got the experience, and kind of go through the methods of let's be there. You know, because this society say we're supposed to be there, but like when everybody got the call on here, like the tribe, yeah, get the
Yes.
we going now. Like it's like, oh hell yeah, like this fools us, and it's so important. So anybody who's watching who's not in tribe, please, hit the link down below, join, because this is the soul family that we're connecting to, and it's growing more and more every day. And this is the thing you wish for on all your candles, and like, wish you had some better friends with the family here.
Absolutely, brother. Definitely. You know, it's always family when you're with tribe, and I know exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, that family's done with. Let me sit down. I'm ready to go. You know, so just
Right.
Wholeness, sister. I'll say.
Wholeness, everyone. I just wanted to come in and just join in on the gratitude conversation. I know you guys are coming to the end of it, but yeah, just wanted to pop in.
You can talk. We're this is a tribe meeting. I have to kick them out. I have to kick them out sometimes.
Yeah, no, I missed some of the conversation, but just wanted to just give thanks to you guys, and you know, just the experience so far. It's been amazing. The workshop with Jabi that we talked about, joining in and just sharing. It's been an amazing experience so far. So I'm very thankful for just family, community support, and yeah. Just wanted to come in and say thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Give thanks.
Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. So much love.
Yes.
Thank
so
you.
much love. Absolutely.
So much love. coming through the space all the time. Just thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just laughing at my bootleg, you know, IGTV today. So I'm giving thanks for my phone. I'm like, yo, because then I'm looking, which is bad. Like I'm looking through this, but thank you also. Thank you so much for coming. You know, the conversation is basically this, like, you know, we're, and sorry if it's in my face, but we're so, we give things to, not just like to each other, you know, like as recognizing a person looking at us, but really recognizing the reflection that we are, you know, really truly recognizing that we are each other's doubles, we are each other's twins, we're that parallel life, we're living the parallel life. You know, if you always think about like, well, if I made that decision, how would I have lived that life? Well, you know, Curtis is living it for you, you know, so that's, you know, that's the self-reflection, you know, that I had at one point in the journey. I recognized, you know, I had woken up to, oh, wow, like everybody's my reflection, everybody's me, but then how do you contact that person? Because if you think about parallel, you know, parallel wouldn't meet. Like if you have two parallel lines, the idea is like, you know, you would never meet. But it's like, it's possible. The impossible is possible because, you know, then we truly recognize each other as each other. And so that's the giving thanks, the profound gratitude to the all that we are, the profound gratitude to you know, to Curtis and to Tiara, just being my other self. And you know, one thing I had find throughout the tribe is that when I tell a story or somebody else tells a story, they're talking about how I'm feeling. They're talking about what I've experienced. And that's amazing, you know, to find yourself. Like, you know, we find ourselves in each other. And you know, it was profound to me, not only to realize that you search for yourself. And, you know, especially when you're looking on the outside, you search for yourself, but you can also find yourself on the outside as well as on the inside too. And it's that self-recognition to really, truly give things to, so that it's, you know, it's the journey. And it, you know, it's been an amazing journey. And of course, like we always say, it has not been easy. But wow, you know.
Yeah, it's almost like it really puts us in a position of really being accountable, because when you really see the reflections in that way, then you start to really monitor, okay, what am I really putting out? Because that's exactly what I'm going to get back. Let me stop and think and feel and be more mindful. And it just creates this dynamic to where there's no one to blame anymore. You know, there's no one to blame. And although sometimes that work may be a little bit difficult when getting through that realization, when you get to that point, then it becomes smoother and we don't have to necessarily go through so much pain to the extremities when we realize that, again, what we put out is what we get back. And it eventually balances out and evens out so that things don't have to be so extreme. So just in seeing that has been like a main lesson of true reflection and gratitude with all of this. So
I love that.
Oh, he's up.
Sorry. Absolutely. Yes, baby. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I said, I'm sorry. I will come. I have been like really having a hard time with my mom, and I talked to Sister Widgeby, and it wasn't until I was able to just look at it like a reflection, like what is it that I need to receive from this and what am I putting out, that I was able to receive a lesson. And for that, I'm grateful. And things have been much easier this week. I mean, not for long, but just this week has been much easier. I'll go ahead and mute because I have my little...
Give thanks, sister. You know, it's always good to hear. Actually, the sister was just saying yesterday, you know, I had my boys playing in the back seat, like wrestling in the car while I was driving, and they were giggling and laughing. And she was like, oh man, you know, life is good when you just hear the little ones in the background, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it just brings me forward into this space. And it's like, it really does, you know, it's like coming into that space of not taking yourself so seriously.
Mhm.
And really
Mhm.
giving thanks for that and honoring that moment. And it's the little thing. So whenever I hear the kids in the background, I'm like, bring it in and let them be, and let them be whatever it is that they need to be, because we don't need to be hushing them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like they need
Oh,
to
yeah.
be able to be a part of this, and this needs. We always like to keep it very organic in the space. So
Mhm.
Absolutely.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I think Osset brought up the accountability, which is great, because Veronica and I were talking about accountability as well. And then last week, you know, when Tiara called me and, you know, there was things going on, and I told her straight out, was like, look, like, it's you. She was like, she was just like, yeah, you know, because sometimes you have to, you know, stop and just stop. And it's not about any answer. It's literally like, you know, the requirement to stop and to take stock of what is going on, like what's happening within yourself. And, you know, because you know, it's just like, you know, a moment of just really a self-reflection of stopping. So, so I like the whole idea of accountability for the self, and for the selves and each other. It's accountability. You know, that was the main conversation with Veronica and I. We do have an accountability toward each other. We have, you know, and for the self as well. But so you know, when you decide, okay, I'm on this journey and I'm taking this path, you have to take responsibility for even your own soul, you know. And there is no such thing as thinking that, you know, someone else, something else, another being is responsible for what you do, what you say, what, you know, what, everything. And that the idea of course, taking stock, and then, you know, forgiving yourself, forgive yourself completely, you know. And yeah, so give
Yeah,
thanks for that.
that's a big one. That's a big one. Forgiving yourself. Yeah.
Remember, yeah, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, just saying, don't lose it. It's never lost anyway, as we know. But just to tune in to everything is already forgiven. So give yourself forward, because it's already forgiven. So just tune into that. Be there already. Tune into it. Already exists. You know it does. It's there. So just tune into that vibrational frequency that is you. Be that essence of forgiveness, because it's already there. You already are that. And you just have to come into that center and embody that. And I love, you know, what the sister was saying about, like, you know, you no longer, you come into that space of like no longer needing to blame anybody, because you don't. When you are in that accountability zone, there is nobody left to blame, and only people to thank. Essentially, only people to thank.
Absolutely.
Give thanks. You know, I gotta add another badge to my Tribe Vibes connection. We had a summit this past weekend, and we got to meet, you know, new tribe came into space. Sister Nika was there here in South Carolina, and I give thanks for the level of transparency is one of the words, but truth that you admit by just being yourself. It was a study a while back that it was a ethnomusicologist who studied a choir or a tribe in South Africa, and he wrote down in his document that the tribe was tone deaf, because he would, like, you know, do his studies and, like, no, sing this tone, ooh, and they would sing ooh. Every time they would sing a tone, he would sing another one. And so we went back to spread this word, you know, all throughout the New World, or at, you know, Carnegie and all these, you know, big colleges, saying that this tribe was tone deaf. Later on, some studies came out later on by people from the natives there, and they say they don't sing the same pitch. If you sing F, they're going to sing A. If you sing G, they're going to sing B. Like, no one duplicates the pitch, because everyone has their own uniqueness. But if you try to be like, you know, I said, be like Which be like Veronica, be like Lee, and everyone else, no one gets to feel you, hear you, you know, and I honor that. When me and sister was talking about in drive from the airport, and just give thanks, because it was, there's no meniscus wall between us communicating. We just hopped right in, like, you know, we've been there for a while, and you just got to kick back, no formalities, and that's how you see, like, those parallel reflections of each other. Like, this is you, okay? And you get to immediately like incorporate that into your orchestra within your body, because now we're connected to different spaces. I know your frequency, I know your truth, because you showed it to me. And that's you. I got to give thanks for all of you all for sharing your truth in the space and being transparent and clear. So thank you. Give thanks.
I love that. I love that you said that you shared your truth with me, so I see you and I know you. Like that's a beautiful thing when people are able to just share their truths. And to me, that's even some of the conversation I was having about the inner child, is that inner child wants to talk, you know, but it's of course the experienced one within that manages that, but not like completely shuts down that voice, because then that voice becomes rebellious. And then we have yet another one to blame that is really like from the heart space, who's just saying, hey, can we just do some things that are, you know, so that inner child voice is so important. So to me, that's where truth is, because children tell you the truth
all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
It's
all the time. And it's so easy for them. It's so easy.
Yes.
You know, there is no filter.
Either. Like they're let the tears flow.
Yeah, exactly. There's no holding back. There's no filter. It's raw and unedited. And what a beautiful lesson to give thanks for all of us.
And it's a beautiful thing to refine as well. You know, when you get that raw essence, now what do you create and build from that creativity? You know, so
Absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
Wholeness
fam. We got some new fam and wholeness, Cheryl.
Wholeness
family.
Why are you in the dark? I want to see your beautiful face.
Listening in.
Loving you. Wholeness, loving we.
We love we.
She's like in the dark.
We love we. There you are.
Okay, there you are.
Wherever we are, but we are present. Hearing you talk about the inner child, and that has been my experience for the past few months, just letting my inner child speak and acting for my inner child as a parent, a loving parent, and being there for myself, and even going back to my memories that I had as a child and trying to change or recreate how I would have wanted. I show up as myself and be what I didn't have in that moment. Inner child healing. Wholeness.
Wholeness.
I'd like to say something.
Please.
As everyone's talking about inner child and Thanksgiving, I'm hearing the children in the background. You know, children represent, extensions of ourselves. I think it's Khalil Gibran that says, your children are not your children, but they're the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come from you, but they don't belong to you, something like that. And so I see that there is, this unfiltered energy, this unrehearsed, glowing. It's just this. I see feeling. I just see feeling emitting from children, emotion emitting from children, right? And when I think about
intuition,
Thanksgiving, yes. And then when I think about Thanksgiving, it is just that. It is. Someone said earlier, profound thanks. They even added more to it, and so it's just this emission of feeling and emotion. And then I start thinking about myself, and I have heard myself say it several times, even in this comment, I'm thinking, which is almost antithetical to the feeling, right? So we are having this moment together to express this thanks and to, why am I just thinking about things? You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to be too hard on myself, but I want to acknowledge what I'm coming present to, with which is a distinction between a feeling and permitting the feeling. I think Curtis said that earlier. And allowing I think someone said earlier, permitting the feeling instead of just thinking about them. And I think that is something that is pouncing down on me pretty seriously. So I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, it's the feeling that actually is, it brings everything closer, faster, but in a way that is still, it's not too fast. It's exactly where it is on that frequency. So thought, again, it has to work with emotion in order for it to actually work. And for you to actually call it wisdom and experience it. Because if you're just thinking about it and you're not experiencing something, then you're just recording it. So it's like, you know, you have to like walk through it, walk through the wilderness, record, experience, feel, think. That is like the true all-encompassing everything, you know, when it comes to true manifestation, I feel. Definitely.
Definitely. I feel like the highest form of truth is to feel. To feel through the spaces. That's the highest form of sight. You don't even need this to feel, you know?
And that's a part of the reason why I really gravitate toward children. You know, so all the things that I do, children are always in it. And that has kept me in contact or in tune with my inner child more. So the inner child conversation, I've always been able to relate to children because I think that it's been close. But then when I start to think, you know, I see the difference. So I see it as like I'm balanced because I think over here and then I feel over here. But yeah, I'm getting too philosophical.
That's real though.
No, that was actually really good, Tim. That was really good. And when I met you,
Tim,
I said you feel like sunshine. And you, I thought I was hiding from my little guy, but he found me. But I'll finish this really quick. I felt that inner child in you, and I had my oldest son with me, and I remember him telling me, "You don't laugh and play with me like you used to," because I had become too serious about life, and I was taking myself too seriously. So when we met you, and he was able to connect with you, that was such a blessing. So I give thanks for that. Thank you.
Give thanks. Yeah, that's definitely one of those things that's like super important. Like, having fun, not losing that inner child. It's one of the drive. You can't lose it. If you lose it, you become hard. You become rigid. You become old. You know. Stop laughing at. Learning how to laugh at yourself. That's also part of the inner child. You know, at a grander stage. And I remember just playing at like I have my daughter, my oldest girl is actually 11. But 8 years old. But every time we go to the park, like it would be like it's playtime. Like we flying out monkey bars, like we're playing, and the other parents be like, "No, why is he?" Like they just laugh and just let them play. But like you said, sometimes parents kind of get a little too rigid. Well, you might get hurt, or maybe they're not as fit as they want to be. But using that child to make you fit, you know, keep up with your child. Let's see how long, like you had that as an inner goal. Like how long can I run with you? How long can I jump with you? How long can we hula hoop together? Like challenge yourself to like beef up your inner child, like amplify your inner self, your inner child. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
So for me, what I to go back to what Tim said about the heart is that the heart itself is able to handle the paradox.
Oh yeah.
So if you think about when we're, because everything has so many different answers, right? So if you have one thought, like one idea, and the mind just wants to decide, like it wants a logic answer, and because the heart is able to handle so many different feelings, because with one you can feel multiple ways about it. So, so that's the thing. The heart is able to handle both, whichever decision you make and however it is that you feel, and also the neutrality of it. And that's why that space is so vast. Within the heart, there's so many chambers and caverns, and that's this ability of the heart itself that when you go through the organs and then to the heart and go back to the mind feel at ease. I think we were talking about Mercury, that's why Mercury keeps going retrograde, because it's logical. It's the planet of logic, but every time it goes in the logic, it just now it finds itself in the maze, because it keeps going, well, what if, why? And so when it goes retrograde, it goes into like the intuition, just feeling its way, through everything. So it's able to make a decision, just based on the knowing, on the leap of faith. And
Yeah.
so that's with, to me, that's like what the heart itself is amazing at, just being able to live within the paradox of like, hey, what is this? What is life? What is death? What, all the whats and the whys,
I mean, that's the difference between, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, sis, please.
That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. And I know Mercury is more so associated with both knowledge and wisdom, but more so starting out with knowledge first, and the question and the searching for. And that would be more so the scribe, right? And while it is at a very high point of authoring your own story or authorizing your own story and writing, there's a part before you even get to that point with wisdom within your writing, it's more, or creating, it's more so usually observing. So in that knowledge, there's a lot of observing other people and how they feel, what they're doing, how they react. So the Mercury starts out, when the Mercury is immature, starts out as not even really immature. I don't even want to say that, just in the beginning of the quest, it's like, why do people do what they do? So sometimes that energy, because my sign, I'm Virgo, so that's like an automatic for me. Like, I just watch people, but at the same time, after a while, Mercury wants to jump in. Mercury wants to say, well, all right, I've been scribing it. I've been like observing, but like they are having a lot of fucking fun. So Mercury's like, let me just get in and let me scribe and do all that shit. But at the same time, I want to live. And I think that's when Mercury turns into the god of wisdom truly within, And that's
I love how you put that.
I want to jump in. Double touch.
Right. Yeah, that was we was talking about social norms, like that giving an excuse to give thanks, like waiting for an opportunity. But now that we give our own, we just took the opportunity to jump in, ride the current, even though we do it every day. Another one of those things are we've been like programmed to think, as we get older, we get weaker, we get less intelligent. But no, like our ancestors, like as you get older, you get stronger, you get wiser. When to take those opportunities, move forward in action, move as I said through the. It's
all in your spine.
Exactly. So yeah, dispelling all these myths as we get older, we know where the child goes within us, so we know how to flow. We'll give thanks.
Give thanks, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember, Wishby, you led a meditation that was it was a Hawaiian word that I cannot pronounce.
Oh, the Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
And you can say it 6 times and I still would butcher it, so I'm just gonna. But in that, and I just remember how profoundly impactful that was. But in that was a bit of thanksgiving or giving thanks that as I'm trying to reflect and not be as thoughtful, but a little bit more feeling. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to feel about this. Thanks. When the last time I had these feelings, I remembered that meditation, and I just want to say that to say, I don't know if it's if you can just do that by saying those 4 or 5 words or phrases, but if that's something we can do, soon today, sometime before we end, I think that would be a nice exercise. I don't know. I don't want to take over or, say something.
Nothing is planned right now. I mean, it's fine. Nothing is planned.
Actually, could I say something really quick? Brother Tim, it just has been coming across my consciousness, the Ho'oponopono. Beginning December the 1st, I wanted to start a 21-day practice leading from December 1st to December the 21st, and the Ho'oponopono is a 21-day practice, I believe. Also, Deaz can, I'm sure, tell us more about that, but maybe we can
get together on that and implement that or something.
So yeah, so remember, like if you, there's the Ho'oponopono that everybody does, and there's the Ho'oponopono that they don't. So there's a difference. Because like but the 4 words, right, are the 4 sentences, you know, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you.
I thank you, I love you, and you end with I love you.
Yeah, you end with I love you. And so I mean, that's the 4 sentences. You know, my thing with that, you know, when people start doing Ho'oponopono, because I've had people call me to say I love you thing. And if you're still calling people to say I love you, thank you, you don't get it yet. You know what I mean? And you have the understanding. It's like going back inside of the DNA. And going back into the DNA so that you can clear out all of the blockages that are basically blockages that are inside the DNA, which would be like the ancestral memories that's blocking you, that's why you would go back to the ancestors with that, so that they can forgive themselves, you know, and you know, and then as you go forward and as you keep going back and you keep going back, and of course, again, it has to be a realization for the self. You know what you're gonna end up basically looking in the mirror, and so but you have to go through the journey. So yes, you know, if people do call me and say I love you, thank you, I love you, thank you too, but I want it to be deeper into like the DNA connection to like this, because remember the work, you know, sometimes it's not being able to be done by, you know, my aunts who have so much trauma that they're not able to face themselves. So if you're able to go inside of your DNA and clear that path, it will heal the whole family, because then you realize that that's the soul group that we're really trying to clear out. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful meditation and prayer, and we do it for 21 days. And again, the whole 21 days, like, it becomes a habit. And then, you know, once something becomes a habit, it just becomes part of your lifestyle, so that you can. And I've had people, including actually Curtis, your wife, who's done it like for months. And then she'll like, I know at points she's taken different members of her families through it. And it's an amazing journey to do this, you know, this prayer of forgiveness. And you know, and I do share like the whole story from I forgot her name. His name is Dr. Lau or Lu, and this is also I feel like this prayer is also one of those codes from the universe that, you know, if you choose to use for yourself, it's amazing. You know, that self forgiveness, really, you know, and the 4 is what I say, like, you know, when you realize that the 4 is actually the 4 gifts, because you know when you say forgive is like 4 gifts that the universe gives you, you know. So so there's nothing to forgive, because it's 4 gifts, you know. And again, that's when you start the self-realization, with realizing there's nothing to forgive in the first place. Nothing, right? A paradox. There was nothing to forgive in the first place. And this is why you're thankful, because, you know, thank you to that ancestor for showing you, you know, something that you needed to remember at that time. I love that.